Hello everyone, welcome to helpmath.com. So this time using data and in Excel, we're gonna find out the variance and standard deviation. Okay, so based on this data, so we need to distinguish maybe this is sample or it can be population basically. Okay, so I'm gonna show both way. So it can be sample or population. Okay, so I'm gonna just write the population variance. So this case you are doing equal to so variance. So variance the word begin with the VAR. So you type VAR, then you see the VAR.P or VAR.S. So P represent population, S representing sample. So this time we are doing population. So click this one and then select all this data. Then that become our population variance. Okay, then now what about the sample variance? So now you know the commander, so equal to VAR. So this time we are doing sample variance and then select all this data and enter. Then you see that sample variance value is a little bit higher than the population. It is because the sample case, even though it is part of the population, but compared to the population, sample must have some error. That's the reason we are making a little bit bigger error size so that it can cover the population anyway. Then now, see the standard deviation. So first of all, we are doing population standard deviation. Okay. So the standard deviation start from S, T, D something. So you are doing STD as well. Then now STDEV and here STDEV.P, that's the population, and STDEV.S become sample basically. This time we are doing this one. And then select all this data, enter. And now the sample one too, that equal to standard deviation and choose all this data. Yeah, so like that, even the standard deviation sample is a little bigger than the population one. So even this data, we can apply the same thing. So I'm gonna find out population variance and then sample variance and population standard deviation and sample standard deviation. Okay, so this case VAR, right? And then choose this one and select all this data. Now sample case, the same thing, VAR, and then choose the VAR.S and then select this data set. And now, so let's make it maybe 4 decimal digit. Okay, now standard deviation, you type equal to STD, this one, and then select all this data. And now the sample case, choosing STDEV.S and then select all this data set. Okay, then that's how you can find out variance and standard deviation. But please remember, the which variance and the standard deviation you are looking for. Sometimes the question asks you population, sometimes sample. Based on that, you need to find out right variance and the standard deviation. Okay, thanks for joining this video, and then I will see you with different video later. Thank you.